Alright, welcome back to the part 2 of this tutorial, where we will continue in After Effects to finish off our intro for the arrows. So first thing I'll do is import my video file. So I saved everything as an image sequence without a background, and I will select TIFF sequence, import that, and straight embed it OK. So then I will drag it into a new composition, and I will see this is my result currently. So if I toggle on the toggle transparency grid, you will see that you have no background whatsoever. So now we can start creating a new solid and call this background and make it like a very dark blue color. Click OK and OK. And then just put it behind the logo. And then what you should do is find something like a smoke atmospheric stock footage online. I currently have some here, but I can't share them with you. So I'll be using one of my smoke elements right here. So you can see that we have some smoke in the background. And what I will do is go to Effect, Color Correction, and add a tint effect. Then for the white, I'm going to play around with the greens until I have something that really fits my needs, something like this. And then just go over here, go to the blur and sharpen, and I'm going to add an unsharp mask with a radius of 25 so I get more detail in my smoke here. I'm also going to drag my smoke in a little bit more so we have more elements playing part of this effect. And I'm also going to apply another smoke effect here. And there we go. So we get some more variation, and then I'm going to play around with the blending modes here. So with holding Shift and pressing plus on the keyboard, you will toggle through all the modes and you can find something that you like. So just go through everything. So I kind of like this one, Color Dodge, and this really gives some details here. So I'm going to pick this one. Alright, and then I'll create a new adjustment layer, and I'm going to rename this to Vignette. I'm going to place this on top of everything, and going to the color correction curves, and I'm going to lower this down and brighten this up. And actually, I'm just going to lower everything down actually, so something like this. Then go to my ellipse tool, and I'm going to double click on my ellipse tool, go over here to the mask and make it subtract instead of add, and then press F on the keyboard to feather it out, and then just drag this up until you are satisfied. And now we get this nice vignette on the edges of our screen here. We can also brighten this up just a little bit so we get some minor adjustments here. Maybe this is even too much. I'm going to delete this one here and brighten it up a little bit more. And there we go. So this is something that I like. Maybe it's a little bit too bright here, so you can play around with the mask and like bring this in a little bit like so. And then we can play around a little bit if you don't like something. So this is the final result, and then you can create a new adjustment layer, and you can do like final color grade, put that on top of everything, and then play around with the color grading actually. So add a tint effect, make it all black and white, make it like 30% black and white, maybe add some contrast with curves, a little bit too much, and then yeah, play around. So and there we go. And another thing you can do is play with the sharpening here. So add like also a radius of 25, and that will just like make it pop a little bit more, and then just lower the amount to 25 or so. And if we toggle this on and off, you will see that it gets more detail, and I kind of like this. So then finally you can add like an effect, noise and grain, and add some grain to your footage final output for viewing mode. And then you will see all this grain. Of course, this is way too much, so change it to 0.1, 0.1, and then also for the size 0.3. And we can actually change the intensity to 0.3 so you can actually see it. But this will get us some kind of filmic noise, film grain. It's actually a little bit too intense, so I'm going to change it to 0.2. And then we get this like, it's going to make it look a little bit more cinematic. And then we can play this back and see what we get. And of course, it's totally up to you to personalize everything, but yeah. And this is our preview. Okay, pretty cool. So one thing I will do and change is, if I go over here, we can see that our arrow is as sharp as it can be. So we can click on our actual original imported footage here, and I will add an effect called RSMB. And this is a paid plugin, but it's incredibly good. So if I put this on my footage, it's going to add some fake motion blur. We can change the intensity here, and it's also rather quick. So you can play with CC Force Motion Blur, which is a free alternative to this, but it's really slowing down your machine. So yeah, I'm going to keep something like this, and there we go. So let's see what we get for the final result. So let's see what we get as a final result. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you will enjoy the final result, and if you did, give it a like, also subscribe to the channel for more. If you have any suggestions for a tutorial, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much and goodbye.